A reading from St. Paul's letter to the Galatians, chapter 4, verses 22 through 27. Brethren, Abraham had 2 sons, one by a slave and one by a free woman. But the son of the slave was born according to the flesh, the son of the free woman through promise. Now this is an allegory. These women are 2 covenants. One is from Mount Sinai, bearing children for slavery. She is Hagar. Now Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia. She corresponds to the present Jerusalem, for she is in slavery with her children. But the Jerusalem above is free, and she is our mother. For it is written, Rejoice, O barren one, who does not bear. Break forth and shout, you who are not in travail. For the children of the desolate one are many more than the children of her that is married. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 8, verses 16 through 21. Let us be attentive. The Lord said, No one, after lighting a lamp, covers it with a vessel, or puts it under a bed, but puts it on a stand, that those who enter may see the light. For nothing is hid that shall not be made manifest, nor anything secret that shall not be known and come to light. Take heed then how you hear. For to him who has, more will be given, and from him who has not, even what he thinks he has will be taken away. Then his mother and his brothers came to him, but they could not reach him for the crowd. And he was told, Your mother and your brothers are standing outside, desiring to see you. But he said to them, My mother and my brothers are those who hear the word of God and do it. Glory to thee, our God, glory to thee. So today in the Orthodox Church, we remember 2 things. Well, we actually remember many things, but 2 of the things that we remember are the remembrance of the 5th Ecumenical Council, and we also remember the repose of Mary's mother, Anna, the righteous Anna. With regard to the 5th Ecumenical Council, one of the things that was attempted there was to clarify some of the things that had been said or maybe had been condemned in the 4th Ecumenical Council. The 4th Ecumenical Council dealt with the nature of Christ, that he is both 100% human and 100% God. And so there were a number of people who taught contrary doctrines back in those days. And so the 5th Ecumenical Council was sort of circling back and making sure that it was clear that people who taught anything other than what was stated there had been condemned. Now, there were a couple who had taught those things in their lives, but towards the end of their lives had repented of those things and restated what they believed in a way that was more consistent with what we believe, in that Christ was fully God and fully human. And so they themselves are not condemned, even though their teachings are. In addition to that, the teachings of Origen, who is a presbyter, a priest from the 3rd, 4th centuries, he taught of the pre-existence of souls, or at least that's how they interpreted what he taught. And that also, during this particular council, was condemned. But more importantly, perhaps, we have the remembrance of the falling asleep of the righteous Anna. There is not a whole lot that is known inside the Bible. In fact, there's nothing that is known inside the Bible of Mary's parents. Yet there is a document that exists alongside the Gospels called the Proto-Evangelion, or the First Gospel of St. James. And in that, it gives a complete, almost complete, account of the life of not just Mary, but also her mom and dad, that we know because of that document to be Joachim and Anna. And so in every liturgy we say, the righteous ancestors of God, Joachim and Anna. Just about every service we do, we remember them. Their existence was very similar to that of Abraham or even of Hannah, the story of the mother of Samuel, who was one of the greatest prophets of the Old Testament. They were very advanced in years, and Joachim was in the temple. He was a priest, and he was seen with disdain because he had no children. Back in those days, it was taught, wrongfully I would say, that if you did not have children, God was displeased with you and was punishing you. And so in his humiliation, because it was horrible for him to have that experience, he went away, went off to a far area and tended sheep. And Anna had the same experience. She hid herself in her own humiliation and her sadness. And in both occasions, they made arrangements with God that if Anna were to bear a child for them, they would consecrate her entirely to the temple. And we will talk about that later on in the year when we get to the entrance of the Theotokos into the temple in late November. But for now, it's just important to say that their piety and their devotion and their willingness to commit to God was heard by God. And so he blessed them indeed with a child, Mary. And so they took care of her and they cherished her and they made sure that she was raised correctly. So as it was told, today is her remembrance of her departure from this life. And in this particular example, or in this story, what we really don't have is any kind of accounting for this, even in the Proto-Evangelion. But it is understood through church tradition that both she and her husband, Joachim, passed away before Mary experienced the Annunciation when Gabriel told her that she was going to conceive and bear a child. It is believed that Joachim died first at the year when he was 80 years old, and that Anna died when she was 79. So, at the passing of Joachim, Anna moved to Jerusalem to be closer to the temple where her daughter was living. And so then, like I said, she reposed sometime between then and when the Annunciation occurred. So we give thanks to God for their piety, and we remember the things that they were willing to do so that God and his will may be done in this world. May we too seek to follow God in all the things that we do, and may God bless us in our efforts that his name may be glorified in our efforts towards promoting his kingdom on earth. If you're interested in learning more about the life of Mary and of Joachim and Anna, I'm going to include a link to the Proto-Evangelion of St. James in the description of this video. May God bless you and keep you. Have a great day, and God willing, we will see you tomorrow.